my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my
What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We're jumping back into Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle, global and Japan, actually, in order to discuss what I believe to be the 5 most useless categories in the game, or just the 5 worst categories in the game. They're going to be in no particular order. It's just 5 that come to mind. And one rule that I have to implement to begin with is you can get rid of fully free-to-play categories, meaning Ginyu Force and Team Bardock automatically disqualified. Why? Is because they are meant to be fully free to play. Now, obviously with Team Bardock, you can introduce the AGL Bardock in there, the summonable one, but he's just like, what, one character that you can put in there? So that team is meant to be a full farmable free-to-play team, right? It's 100% meant to be that. Same thing with the Ginyu Force, 100% meant to be farmed up free-to-play. You can bring in the LR Strength Frieza. You can bring in the physical Ginyu Force, which both are free-to-play characters as well, but this one is like just full-blown free-to-play, right? So all of these other categories that are included are a mix of both free-to-play and summonable characters. I think that's what really sets these apart, that they are both free-to-play and summonable characters, and yet they still don't make sense, all right? And it could be that the team can clear content, but it doesn't make any more sense. Like, you would have to, it's such a limited squad. And again, just my opinion, these 5, there was about 5 others that I was thinking of including in this list. I was thinking of making a top 10, but I was like, you know what? Let me narrow it down 5. And just because you're running one of these 5 categories doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, to me, let me take back worse. Just useless. I just don't understand them. Okay, most puzzling. I don't know. We'll think of a title later. But anyway, to start off with, and some of you guys may disagree with me, but that's fine. World Tournament. World Tournament. The reason why I say World Tournament is because you have a summonable LR on this team, which is the Goten and Trunks. You have a summonable Jackie Chun. Now you can't only get him from the World Tournament banner, which makes it even worse, to be honest, because you can only get him from this ticket summon, which is very, very frustrating. But you do have summonable units you can use on here, right? And on top of the fact that it's a limited category, it's only 70% lead, which is horrendous, all right? You have the Spopovich on here now as well. They're 50%. They're free to play as well, but they're not going to link up with half of these characters right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the categories. You have a sub lead as an SR Yamcha. 20%. Okay, let's get out of here. We don't want to see that anymore. You have 3 LRs on this category. 2 of them being free to play. One of them being from the Friend Summons. The other one being from Prime Battle. Prime Battle? No, not Prime Battle. Doing different types of events. World Tournament. I'm sorry. It was a World Tournament reward. So again, another very difficult to find character, or difficult to obtain character. I, of course, have mine's rainbowed, but that's neither here nor there. The LR Goten and Trunks is summonable, and he's pretty much needed 100% if you're looking to actually clear content with this team, all right? So then you have a ton of TUR versions of the LRs listed here. And as you can see, there's what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 units. 3 of them being TUR versions of LRs. All right. One of them being a complete joke unit as the Tech Yamcha. Just a complete joke unit. some of them are okay. Like, you can put a team together, and I was actually thinking of, once I 100% these two, I do want to make a little video about them. This is the Endless Challenge Goku. He actually gives himself attack and defense 80% plus an additional 80% attack and 40% defense if facing 2 or more enemies. That actually seems kind of fun. It seems kind of interesting. And then, of course, you have the Great Ape Goku, who gives himself 80% attack, and then he could turn into a Great Ape there. And then when he turns into Great Ape, he's just doing destructive damage. But they're not really good. You know, let's just, they're okay. This Hercule is decent. This Tien is whatever, and then you have this Cyborg Tao, who's very, very good, but he's really not going to link up particularly well. Like, you're probably going to put him like Crane School, Dodon Ray. Look at these, you know, look, 500 attack, 2000 super attack. Okay, that's okay, but Brutal Beatdown, like, who's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a very wonky mix of super and extreme, of certain summonable units like this Hercule, like the LR, you know, Goten and Trunks, and like, who else is summonable on here? I'm pretty sure, are these guys world ticket? I'm pretty sure these guys are world ticket summons, but regardless, it's just a weird mix. Very, very strange mix. I'm not a huge fan of it. And yeah, it just doesn't work. And I know some of you guys may, it's like you could run a full free-to-play team. Yeah, you could, but the best character on this tournament, or on this entire category, is the LR Goten and Trunks, and they're summonable. So there's that. And then, by the way, his Jackie Chun's best linking partner is a rare card. So it's King Choppa. It doesn't make sense. Next. Whoa. We are going there. Yes, we are. We're bringing the heat on this video. Otherworld Warriors. What's the point of this category? I don't understand this category, to be quite honest. Now, to be fair to it, it can clear stuff. It can clear content. It can do Dokkan events. It could do, you know, certain other stuff. But it is just the strangest mix of characters. First off, it's tiny. All right. It's a very small category. As you can see, you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're not going to count him because he's just a TUR version. 18, 19, 20. 20 total URs on this particular category, which is pretty abysmal for a category. For a introduced category on a dual Dokkan Fest, no less. A dual Dokkan Fest. And it had 20 categories. Half of them don't link together at all. So let's go ahead and take a look. If we head over to the Rousing Fighting Spirit Super Saiyan 2 Goku, we actually have the LR Gogeta, who links very, very well with him. Okay, that's good, because they're on Otherworld Warriors. That makes sense. And then you have the TUR version, but you know, that's not a big deal. But if we take a look at the Gogeta here, and we go to Otherworld Warriors, just do right there. He shares the same amount of links with the Intelligence Gogeta and this Tech EZA area Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, which, by the way, you can't run because he's got the same name as this Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Angel. But you also have this man here with Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Super Saiyan, and Golden Warriors. So they're very good friends, especially when this guy actually transforms into Gogeta. Then they have quite a few links together. But the thing that really, Fuse Fighter comes into mind, but the thing that's very strange is, remember, this guy is going to transform. As you can see here, he's going to transform. Let's go over to his transformation mechanic. When you're facing only one enemy, HP is 80% or more, and 3 turns have passed. It's not hard. That's not hard, all right? That enemy, it's literally when you go into the boss fight, if he's on rotation, boom, you're going to transform. As long as 3 turns have passed. Easy, right? So when he goes Super Saiyan 3, he loses Prepared for Battle, which is what these guys are linked. Let me exit out of here. What these guys are linked to is Prepared for Battle. That's 2 key. And at that point, you're only going to have that Golden Warrior 1 key. And that's a big problem with this Goku when he turns Super Saiyan 3. Because he loses Prepared for Battle, you now have to default over to Over in a Flash. All right? You have to default back to Over in a Flash. Now, you can then start pairing him up with this Gogeta and have Golden Warrior. So then you're getting 4 key from that. And you should be able to get your super attacks off. But now, the Gogeta is off rotation. The LR Gogeta is off rotation. So it's just like, it's very, very wonky. And not to mention, after that, okay, who else are you going to throw on this team, right? We got 2 there, all right? This Goku is a free-to-play, if I remember correctly. He's okay. Obviously, since he's free to play, his stats are very, very low. And he's more of a Goku's family category ally, but he can do some stuff. But we're not going to even look at him right now. Who else are you going to bring on this team? Are you going to bring this Goku? You can't. It's the same name. Are you going to bring this Goku? We already talked about it. You can't. It's the same name. Are you going to bring this Goku? You can't. It's the same name. So we've just eliminated 3 members. Now we're looking at the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who's going to get absolutely shattered because he's, weak defensively for the most part. You have this free-to-play Super Saiyan 3 Goku, no thanks. You got a Pikkon. Oh, another Pikkon. Like, what are we doing here? Intelligence Gogeta, again, no defense. Another Pikkon. What are we, crazy? This Gogeta for sure. So now we got 3 characters. Do you have the TUR of the LR Gogeta? You probably don't. So are we going to bring this Super Kaioken Goku? We're kind of forced to, right? And then if we take a look at this Kaioken Goku, the global version, Ki +3, attack 100% when HP is 50% or above. No defense, sacrifices 7% HP every single time you super attack. No thank you. And then we're taking a look at extreme units who, oh, by the way, this Angel Golden Frieza lowers the super characters' attack by 15%. So this category is really just 3 characters and then nothing else that synergizes well whatsoever. Like, maybe you can put a point to add this guy because of his attack and then just pray that he doesn't get hit because he does have Over in a Flash and limit breaking form. So this will work very well with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But if he gets hit and you're on a difficult event, it's night's over, brother. Night's over. Anyway, that is Otherworld Warriors. Not a particular fan of it. Next one, again, somewhat controversial, newer category for global, and a category that, in my opinion, has a lot of free-to-play on it, but still has summonable units. A decent amount of summonable units, and that's Earthlings. That's Earthlings. Earthlings still does have a decent amount of summonable units on here, and that's why I included it in. Again, it's very similar to World Tournament. It's got a ton of free-to-play. I mean, if we look at the LRs on this list, every LR is free-to-play, which is nice. This one I don't feel as strongly, and I kind of was conflicted on putting it in, but I do have to because you have units. If we scroll down here, you have units like the Intelligence Hercule. You have units like the Mafuba Roshi. You got units that are very hard to get, like the Tech Tien. You got the Intelligence Krillin on here, who you can get from Battlefield Memories. But even still, a lot of people aren't going to go for that. You got the Intelligence Mai on here. So still a decent amount of units that a lot of people aren't going to have. Strength Oob is up in here. And any category that has Strength Oob on it as one of the characters that you are potentially considering to bring onto your team, that is a problem. That's a big red flag. So if we take a look at the Earthlings category, we head over to Krillin. The character that he shares the most links with is Baseball Yamcha. Baseball Yamcha. Z Fighters Turtle School, rival duo, shattering the limit. I mean, this ain't it, folks. This ain't it at all. So he doesn't really have anybody that you would, because look, attack 5,000, but defense drops to 0 when facing 2 or more enemies. Why do they make Yamcha such a coward in Dokkan Battle? I don't understand it. This man fought This man fought against the Cybermen. He was going up against Nappa and Vegeta. He was looking to scrap. And then he went up against the Ginyu Force on King Kai's planet. He was scrapping. He was fighting. And then they just turned him into a joke. Drives me nuts. He's terrible. If we take a look, you can pair him alongside of the LRTN or the LR Yamcha. This is actually nice. But really, you're looking at two normal links, which is the Z Fighters for 15% attack, which is a good link, and then Shattering the Limit, which is 2 key, and then you're going to get that legendary power with 5,000 extra attack on the super attack, and then you're looking at for the Yamcha Rival Duo, which is the 10% attack and negative 15% defense for the enemy, and then Shatter the Limit, and then of course the legendary power. So those are really the two. But then if we're looking, I mean, guys, like if we go back to Earthlings real quick, the fact that there's 2 dead Yamchas, essentially 2 joke Yamchas on this category, like this is just a very weak, small category that doesn't link that well together. And again, I know a lot of you are going to say, yo, you can field a full free-to-play team off of this. Yeah, you can probably do that for a lot of things, right? You can do that for sure. You can do that for Pure Saiyans. You can do that for Future. You can do that for Dragon Ball Seekers, you know, all that stuff. But there's also a decent amount of summonable units on here. And this one I would say is less egregious as World Tournament, but even still. Like, the fact that some of the units on here are joke characters and you're kind of like, should I actually run this dude? I don't know. I don't got that many options. Anyway, this next one might actually trigger people, and I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it because this one, I don't care what other people say. They say, oh, this thing made a comeback. It's good now. It actually works. Nah, dog, this ain't it. Low-class Warriors. Low-class Warriors, I am still not a fan of. If you have to rely, imagine if they came out with a new transforming Frieza, right? That he goes from, 3rd form to 4th form or something like that. Right? And it's called like Frieza's Army or, Frieza Force or whatever. And some of the best characters on it were the free-to-play Ginyu Force. You'd be pissed. You'd be like, wait, what? Huh? So, to be fair to low-class Warriors, it does have 3 to 4 pretty good characters on here. Unfortunately, they don't link that well with each other. And so you really have to choose what you're planning on doing here. So you got the Bardock. If we take a look at the Bardock, he doesn't share 6 or 5 links with anybody. He only shares 4. And those 4 are the free-to-play Ginyu Force and the Tech Raditz here. Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, which is... That's not bad, all right? If you got this particular Raditz, he's very good, by the way. So, okay, you got those 2 units. Let's just say you're not going to use any of the Team Bardock. If I call it Team Ginyu Force, I apologize. Team Bardock. Let's just say you're not going to use Team Bardock. Who else do we got that we can bring along that's going to link well? Turles. Okay, that's 3 people there. Cool. 3. And then if we look at the rest of the list, well, we can't bring any of these Turleses. And we're sure as hell not going to bring this Fasha, this summonable Fasha, or this summonable Shugesh, or this summonable Grade 8 Borgos. Like, we ain't doing that. So he's going to link with pretty much no one else on this team. So let's take a look at who's actually on this squad, right? Because you have the Raging Counter Bardock, right? Which is just named Bardock. You have this LR Bardock, who is, to me, still very, very, very good. Unfortunately, you can't run him because the leader of the team shares the same name. So forget that. He's out. He doesn't even count because you can't even run this team with him. So he doesn't even count. He's gone, right? So you got Bardock, you got Raditz. You got 2 people, all right? You got Turles. You can bring Turles. He's a support. That's not bad. 3 people, right? And then who else are you going to bring? Are you going to bring this Intelligence Kid Goku? Why? He doesn't link at all. Like, maybe Fierce Battle is probably it, right? Does he even have All in the Family? I don't think he even has All in the Family. Yeah, he doesn't. So there'd kind of be no reason to bring him along because he's not going to link at all with anybody. And so you are like forced to bring certain members of Team Bardock. You're forced to, right? And some of these Team Bardock members are pretty good, right? All allies, key +2, blah, blah, blah. But again, they are free-to-play stats, lowered stats, and you are going to have difficulty doing more difficult events with just Bardock and just Raditz and Turles as your 3-man, team there. And last but not least, on Bardock, don't forget he has a transformation. 4th turn, or anytime, if you're facing a Wicked Bloodline, you go Super Saiyan, you now have this Super Saiyan link and you have no one to link with. 10% attack. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter because there's no other Super Saiyan on Low Class Warrior. Not a single one. So that is very unfortunate. Low Class Warrior needs some help. It needs some more summonable characters. It needs... who else are low-class warriors that we know? Like, just throw some Saiyans in there, dog. Make up some Saiyans. Create some Saiyans and throw them in there. You know? Let's get some Guineas and whatnot. Hold on. Now that I look at it, why is Bardock... Why is Bardock and Guinea not on here? Hold on, what? Now that I'm actually looking at it, they are low-class Saiyans. Am I going nuts or what? Yeah, what? They're both low-class warriors. Why were they not included on here? Ugh. Anyway, all right. So that's low-class warriors. And finally, again, this is not a 1 through 5 or 5 through 1 or whatever in any specific order. We're just naming weird, useless, just strange categories. Bruh, special pose, bro. What are we doing with special pose here? What is special pose meant to do here? I don't understand special pose. Like, why is this a category? Why is this? I don't understand this category. You got the Gotenks, who's great, by the way. Phenomenal unit. Beautiful TUR transforming. Fantastic. But then you have these TURs, right? First off, you ain't going to bring any of these extreme units. Because what are you going to bring? Full Ginyu Force? Probably not, right? So who links well with this Gotenks? All right, well, he's got like signature pose. Oh, okay, I think everybody's got that. Saiyan Warrior race. That's interesting. That a Goten and Trunks would have Saiyan Warrior race. Saiyan lineage, okay. The Innocence, Fused Fighter, Supreme Power, and Fierce Battle. Really, if we take a look at this Goten and Trunks, Innocence, okay. And that's about it, all right. If we keep going down, okay, what about this guy right here? What about this homie right here? Okay, yeah, it's not looking good, not looking good, not looking good. And you kind of just go down the list, and you're not really finding too many units, unless if we're bringing some old school cats, right? So if we're taking a look at this boy right here, Super Saiyan. Well, when he goes Super Saiyan, then it'll look a little bit better because we got Super Saiyan. We got no Golden Warrior. Okay, that's sad. We got Supreme Power. No Supreme Power. Okay, that's sad. We got Fuse Fighter. Fuse Fighter. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. But then this dude has, so for Ki, he's got the Fuse Fighter, which is good. Golden Warrior, so that's 3 Ki. And that's about it, right? But then you have the third transformation, or the second transformation here, where he gets a little bit closer to the Super Saiyan 3. But it takes a hell of a long time to get to that Super Saiyan 3. So let's check it out. To turn Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan Gotenks takes 3 turns. Then to turn Super Saiyan 3, it takes 4 turns after the 3. So 7 turns to be able to turn Super Saiyan 3 and actually start linking well with characters on your team. By that time, the event is either over or you're dead. Like, if you ain't able to link, brother, and you ain't doing damage, it's either dead or it's such an easy event, you would have already beat it. So this is just like, what is going on here? You have a few free-to-play characters who actually I like these free-to-play characters, but again, they're free-to-play characters. Look how little this category is. You got one summonable LR on here, the Goten and Trunks. They lack defense, so they're going to get hit very, very hard for the most part. You got like Topo. I guess he can support, kind of. I don't know. And then like, it's just so weird. Ribrian, like, I understand the concept of it, but in practice, it's very similar to Otherworld Warriors. What team would you build? My guess is you would probably do the Gotenks, Goten and Trunks, the LR support there, and then you would probably bring the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks there. You would probably bring like this Great Saiyaman, most likely, and then maybe you would bring like this other Great Saiyaman there. I would imagine. I think that's what you would probably do, and use that as a team, and that is not a particularly good team. So there you go. My top 5 useless categories in the game. Let me know what your top 5 useless categories are in this game in the comments below. I do read every single comment, so I will get to yours, and I comment on most comments. I do reply to the majority of them. But while you're down there, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, consider what you're doing with your life. Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, essentially kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodik. See y'all in the next video.